Hi dear audience, my name is Alexei. Sometimes there are situations where despite the signal existence there is no possibility to enter the market because the minimum required risk-reward ratio isn't met. The risk is too high or the potential profit is too small. Often in such situations you can still get an excellent risk-reward ratio and enter the market, but to do this you have to switch to a smaller time frame. For example, if you mostly trade on the daily time frame, then the market entry will be determined on the 1-hour time frame. In this video, we will take this approach as an example. We will analyze the currency chart for pound to yen, the daily time frame. Two bear and two bull candles formed a support level on the chart with borders of 142.17 and 142.85. After that, the price was at one point for a while, then on the 9th of January the support level was broken. A bear trend emerged in the market and a sell breakout signal was formed. It's impossible to open the breakout position immediately. First of all, you should estimate the potential risks. When opening a sell position, a reliable stop loss is placed around the nearest resistance level. In this example, the size of the stop loss will be about 450 points. To be able to open this position, the size of the potential profit should be at least 900 points. In this situation, this is a too ambitious target, even for such active currency pairs pound to yen. In other words, we cannot open a position based on the daily time frame. What should we do in this situation? The first option is to wait for the correction and search for a rebound signal on the daily time frame. The second option is to switch to a smaller time frame and wait for a market entry signal on this time frame. For this purpose, it's necessary to plot the levels of the smaller time frame on the chart. It should be noted that for the analysis, it's important to know where the nearest support and resistance are. They allow you to determine the market entry and exit points. Let's come back to our example. The resistance level was formed a few days before the support level breakout. The lower border was 144.44. The upper border was 145.44. After that, the market rapidly moved down and a deep correction started, the length of which was roughly equal to the length of the impulse. The price comes to the opposite level. Here, if we wait for a bear candle formation, a so-called deep rebound will take place. Any rebound signal can be called a deep rebound if it occurs at the opposite level. Such signals generate the maximum risk-reward ratio. It's often possible to open a position with a small stop loss and significant profit potential. The second way to find the market entry point in such situation is a market entry on a smaller time frame. On January the 27th, the market touched the opposite level. As soon as the touch occurred, we could switch to a smaller time frame to search for the market entry point. We trade a trend and should search for bearish signals. The touch of the level occurred on the 27th. Then we switch to the smaller time frame and see that the price has approached the resistance level and started to rebound from it. The support level is formed further on the 1-hour time frame. The level appeared after the bull candle closing at 9 o'clock in the morning. I will underline the lower border of this level, that is 144.26. The level breakout occurs a few hours later. This indicates that the trend on the 1-hour time frame has changed, and now we can see a bear trend, and a sell signal has appeared. Let me remind you that we can also see a bear trend on the daily time frame. When before the signal formation on the daily time frame, a trend on smaller time frame reverses and the market movement direction both on the 1-hour and the daily time frame coincides. This means that a very attractive signal can appear. This is exactly what happened. After the candle closing, we can determine the potential risk in points and calculate the size of stop loss. When trading on the 1-hour time frame, stop loss is placed according to the level that was formed on the 1-hour time frame. In this example, this level appeared 6 hours ago, and stop loss is approximately 65 points. I recommend to place a stop loss with a small gap to the upper border of the resistance level. At the same time, when the market entry point occurs at the point of the potential reversal of the daily trend, the take-profit order can be set in accordance with a larger time frame. In our example, it's the daily time frame. These are ambitious targets which the market doesn't always reach. Therefore, we can fix a part of profit around the level plotted on the current time frame or maintain the position orienting at more distant targets. As a result, the risk-reward ratio is 2:1 on the daily time frame and versus 4:1 on the 1-hour time frame. A deep correction was formed in the market and a rebound signal appeared. Actually, both the breakout and rebound entry points were possible to enter the market. Both signals were carried out. The market was at one point for a while, then it dropped down. Let's summarize. In the points of potential market reversal on large time frames, you can search for entry signals on smaller ones. For instance, you can analyze the levels on the daily time frame by search for entry points in the direction of the main trend on the 1-hour time frame. Targets can be determined both on the daily and on the 1-hour time frame. This approach allows you to obtain the highest possible risk-reward ratio, but in this case it requires more attention and time for market analysis.